I am the pound-for-pound best alive right now.
The champion of the world, ladies and gentlemen, Kamaru Usman.
To let you guys know what I've been saying for years. You know, I'm the most vicious and most well-rounded welterweight there's ever been, and I think that proved it.
I'm gonna tell you what, he's tough. He's super tough. I wanted to get crazy and get him out of there, but that's not what the best do. We take our time, we stay calculated, we listen to our coaches, and we find the finish. Unfortunately, that's the next best guy in the division. He's a tough son of a gun, and he wasn't gonna let me find that finish.
Mentally, I say I dominate from start to finish, and I mean that. You know, each and every time I was dominating him. You know, I controlled him with the jab, and he knew he can get reckless, he can get crazy because I would put him away. So, you know, hats off to him. He's a very, very tough guy, but yeah, wasn't worried about that. Like I said, you know, he's a great competitor. I know this, and you know, we both know that. So yeah, it didn't surprise me. That's why I had to stay poised and just listen to my coaches, because I really wanted to get him out of there. And so once I start feeling like a giant in there, I'm like a tank, and I want to just get him out of there. But I understand that in this game, it's about, you know, using your mental, because we're both physically adequate and we're prepared. So, you know, in that first fight, let's be honest, you know, Covington's used to just wearing guys out by putting on that pace. But then you realize there's another motherfucker who got pace too. And so you gotta slow your ass down, because eventually I put him away at the end of that first one. So he went to a good team. I know they were gonna prepare him well, and they definitely did. Yeah, he's a very, very tough guy, and like I said all week, if he did his homework, then, you know, he'll put on a good fight, and he definitely did. Those guys over there at MMA Masters, they definitely did their homework, and
you know, he hit me with some shots. I could tell him and his coaches over there at MMA Masters, they've been working on it. His technique is down, the power came up a little bit, and I could tell they've been working on it.
You know, I wanted him to come in like he normally does, and I was gonna put him away, but he stayed composed, he stayed poised, and he showed why he's the next best guy in the division. This is up there, you know, he's definitely the next best guy in the division, you know, because I hit him with some really, really good shots, and where I would have picked up momentum and potentially put him away, he was able to stay composed and hold me off. There's always gonna be that one guy that's gonna be able to push you, and he is that guy, you know, as much of him outside of the octagon as, you know, most people don't like, myself included. You know, you have to respect him as a competitor. You know, he went to a good camp, and I know these guys were going to do their homework and really prepare him well, and they definitely did. You know, he came to fight. He didn't get crazy because he knew that, you know, I was the one with the bazooka while he had a pistol. So he stayed composed.
Colby tried taking you down 11 times tonight, and he was unsuccessful every time. What does that mean to you to dominate one of the best grapplers in the division?
I mean, like I've told you guys, this guy's tough as nails. You know, as a person, maybe he's a little rotten, but as a competitor, you know, nothing but respect. As a wrestler, we understand each other. We speak wrestling, so we know how tough it is in there. So, you know, I'll give him credit, man. He's a tough son of a gun, and he showed it tonight.
Oh yeah, he's a good wrestler. I knew that, you know, but he also knows that I was a great wrestler as well. And, you know, it was just a matter of he had to change it up, because he knew that, you know, he couldn't fight in that position the whole time. Staying up with me would give me time to find that punch and put him away. Guys, I just got to give it up. I know there was a lot of trash talk. There's a lot of bad blood here, and I'm sure there's still going to be some after tonight. But this guy's a tough son of a. He's tough. I wanted to get crazy, and I wanted to try to get him out of there. But I knew with a guy like this, he's gonna creep back in it, and we're gonna end up in a situation we don't want to be in.
Can you share what the words were that you guys had with each other after the fight? It looked like he maybe actually let the character go for a second and had some true words with you.
No, it's just you know, just two competitors. We went to war. We've spent almost an hour together inside that cage. And so, you know, you know, I'll leave that between me and him.
And at the end, you ended up offering up a handshake. Were you at all surprised that he obliged you in that? Because earlier in the week, he said he would not do that.
No, I'm not surprised. I mean, we've shared almost an hour, pretty much an hour with each other inside that cage. So I don't care who you are, just mutual respect that that just comes alive. It's just a spirit of competition. That's the spirit of martial arts.
And that's what you get when you got the two best guys in the division.
The biggest driving force for me was competition. It's something as a wrestler, and most wrestlers can attest to this. It's something when you go in there and you compete with another man and you break his will and you beat him. So as long as I still have that will to compete, I'm gonna be doing my thing and I'm gonna be here. I'm just in a place to where I understand what I do. I understand where I'm at. Early on in my career, it was like, oh, you live and fight. Literally, you're living fight to fight. So it's like, I gotta survive. I gotta win. I gotta win. A lot of this is manifestation in the work that I've put in. You put in a lot of work for years. And I say it, and I know I say it, and it's kind of hard for people to imagine, but I was putting in work when I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was putting in work just to work, hoping that one day it's gonna turn into something. And it eventually did. And of course you visualize and you imagine all the things that you want to do. I'm in a position now to where it's, I just want to perform the best that I can. I want to continue to have these legendary performances because, I have a lot less to go than where I've come from. So, want to make them memorable so my daughter, my kids can look back one day and say, wow, Daddy, you did that, I want to go out there and leave these performances to where when I'm done, I can look back and be happy with. But time evolves, fighters evolve, guys get better, guys get hungrier, and that's just where I am right now. Every morning I wake up, there's a lot of room for improvement. And the way that I pee in the toilet, there's a lot of room for improvement there, Sometimes you accidentally hit the seat, and you gotta wipe it down, but there's room for improvement every facet of life. And as long as I'm still hungry to do this, then hey, I'm gonna keep improving. I absolutely want to test myself. That's the thing, is you guys don't understand. Unless you guys fight, you won't understand the feeling that it is to be back there all freaking day. The feeling that you have in your stomach. You want to take a shit, you want to piss, you want to shit, you want to piss, but nothing comes out. You're nervous, your stomach is in knots. You have that, there's something about that feeling. You hate it. Every aspect of it, you hate it. But then you're done. And then the next day it's like, that wasn't that bad. I'll do it again. It's something about that feeling that's addicting.